them onto a wall. Basketball and last year was frisbee. We're probably going to drag in a frisbee bot. Hopefully they do. Robots have specific rules every single year. It's really hard to cheat or find loopholes, but one that we found was that you can keep 30 pounds of your robot somewhere around there outside of your robot bag, which at the end of the build season you have to put your robot in a bag so that you can't work on it anymore. But we can keep our robot and test it and modify it and then take it to competition, which is basically
the 30 pounds.
Yeah, 30 pounds. Our robot went to finals last year. I really want to go to nationals. I don't know about you guys. It's a pretty big thing, but I would really want to go much further than we did last year. Some vocab. We seniors have learned quite a bit of stuff throughout the year that I just kind of wanted to relay to you guys. Pit area. This is the place during competitions when we work on our robot. If it breaks, if something goes wrong, this is where we go back to modify, put new things on. We put a net on last year to do some blocking, which worked out really well. That's where you go to get stressed. The competition, the field, which is down for them. That's where you go to hang out with all the other teams, watch the competition going on. Robot, or in other terms, robot! If you hear that, you may want to get out of the way because these carts may be teleoperated, which is driven, but the carts that they sit on when people push them around, those don't have brakes. And a lot of times there are ramps or stuff, so you may want to get out of the way. Lego! The freshman told me I had to put this on there. The sophomores now. I don't remember that. This is a small screwdriver that is not technically supposed to be used as a screwdriver. It is for electronics. It's made to be used as the electronic. It's called a Lego. CAD, computer-aided design. Just thought I'd put this in there. You all might know something about it. This is what we use to design our robot before we have to spend thousands of dollars making it. It's on computers all over the school. Not in here yet, correct?
Correct. But it's on the server, so we can download it to this easier.
Oh, okay. So 317 has them. There's trainings going on for them with Mrs. Willingham. But you have to submit your design. Well, if you make a design for the robot this year, it has to be submitted in CAD, so we can all see what you're thinking before we have to spend money building. So CAD is really something to learn. Every year is probably going to be the robot's CADed before we make it. And if you don't know it, find somebody who does so that you can work together with it. Teleop versus autonomous. Teleop is when you're driving the robot, and autonomous is when it's working off only a program, like a line follower, something like that. The Cerio, it's very expensive. It's basically the brain of the robot. It's what holds the program. Co-opetition, I figured I'd throw this in there. They didn't have it last year, but this is when you work with other teams to get extra points.
It's co-op-petition. In other words, cooperate competitively. That's where it comes from, co-op-petition.
Okay.
But the same thing.
Scout, I heard it always as co-opetition.
That's how they pronounce it, it's cooperation.
Scouters, you guys might be scouters this year. When we're at the competition, people go out and get specs, which are just averages of shooting, driving, speeds, stuff like that, on other people's robots. So that if we go to finals, we can choose the best teams to be on our team. Oh, I should probably relay that. I don't have the field from last year. So every year, it's a 3v3 in the competition. And I think that's my next slide. It's a 3v3 competition. 3 teams on one side, 3 on the other side, even during finals. And your goal is to score more points than the other team. So in finals, you get to pick the other 2 teams you're with, which you want to pick the best team, the ones that score the most, stuff like that, so you can win the entire competition and go on to regionals or nationals?
Well, now it's regionals
All right.
and then nationals.
So the build season, I was talking about this earlier. This is when, these are basically all of the build season. The kickoff, January, they post a video online of the competition for this year. Last year it was frisbee shooting. This year we have no idea what it's going to be yet. There is a hint online. Have they posted that yet? What is it?
I don't know. The game hits never help.
Last year was fish.
I know, and how did that relate to frisbees? I never figured that out. Oh, maybe that's it. Really? Seriously?
Yeah.
You're supposed to figure out frisbees from that.
Were you guys like designing fishing rods to go on a robot?
No, because I knew by last year, I knew that not to trust the game hits, but yeah, they're always something really obscure.
Yeah. So we pick up our supplies on the kickoff date. The supplies are at Eastern Washington University, but we've talked about it as a team, and we're probably going to meet here to watch the video and come up with a brainstorming.
Plus, they're not doing the kickoff at Eastern anymore. I just found that out this morning. The nearest kickoff is in Montlake Terrace High School, on the dark side of the state, so we won't be going.
Okay, so there's no big kickoff on.
We'll have it sent to us through FedEx, and then what we might do, what I'll suggest at the next meeting is we just pick a place to meet early in the morning, a coffee shop, and sit there and watch the video, because they have the real-time video where they reveal the game.
Yeah. No, that works. Anyways, right after the kickoff is done, that's when the build season starts. It's 6 weeks long. This is when you build your robot. You start out CADing your robot, build the robot out of, parts that you get from, supporters, donations, stuff like that. This year we've hooked up with, who is it? The metal shop that said that we cut all of our metal. We sent them a CAD design.
I don't remember. Who is that? There's Haskin Steel, but I don't think it's them.
So like fiber or something, Cobra.
Alcobra is where we get all our steel from, but not that I know of.
Oh, okay.
You might know something I don't remember.
Yeah. And then the end of the build season is the bag date, which is 6 weeks after the kickoff. And that's when a robot goes in a bag. We can't touch it anymore until we go to a competition and it's unloaded at our pit.
There's been one slight change to that because of this new district event thing. Are you going to talk about that? With the new district event thing, in the week of the competition, you can take the robot out of the bag, I think it's for like 6 hours during that week before you go to the competition. So they give you a certain amount of time in the first part of that week that never used to happen. And then you're supposed to put it back in the bag and take it to the competition. So I think they're trying to sweeten the deal for the whole district event idea.
Alright. So we may be able to take it out before. Pit rules. Always wear safety glasses in the pit. This is one of the biggest freshman mistakes. They always walk into the pit, they're just going to see their friends or anybody, and they forget their safety glasses. And then our team gets kind of docked or yelled at because our team doesn't have safety glasses on. Most likely going to forget that before competition. Don't worry, they have security guards there. Make sure you put some on before you walk in. There's a lot of stress in the pit. I'm not going to say you won't get yelled at because you probably will. Mostly what freshmen do are what are called wrench holders, which is you go and you get the tools that the people working on the robot need because you don't have the experience to work on the robot fast paced and get it done before we have another
So
competition.
you're essentially the step and fetch boy, right?
Kind of, yeah.
It does depend on the build season, how involved you were during the build season. But if you weren't that involved during the build season, then yeah. That's basically, they'll just have you get stuff. And you'll discover that second thing, much stress in the pit, yeah, tempers get really short really fast. But you'll also know by then the type of people that you're working with. And we had a couple people last year that you knew they were going to be stressed out a lot. And they were. They would yell at students, but it wasn't a surprise because you knew that's the type of person that they were.
After 6 weeks of 10 hours a day with them,
Yeah, you know.
we kind of learn. Yeah.
People need
Which is why tensions are high. They shove you in a room for 6 weeks together to build this awesome robot that doesn't work.
That's what they say, adversity doesn't build character, it reveals it, right? Isn't that how it goes?
Yeah.
You find out what kind of people you're working with.
So, motions will be high. Always act professional. We don't want to look like idiots. Scouters. Don't screw around in the pit. Yeah.
Don't behave like a typical freshman, that's what I'm trying to say. Act like an upperclassman, like a senior.
Yeah.
It's a small area, 10 by 10 is not very big. There'll be a lot of people in there and just moving around too fast, turning around too fast, you could knock over something. There's lots of ways people will get upset with you.
Power tools.
Power tools, yeah.
That's one of the big ones. I got so many scratches last year from just trying to get out of somebody's way and you run into the wood wall. It's not fun. Some competition field rules. Only the drive team is allowed in the on the field basically, and the drive team will be probably selected by the mentors, but it will be probably selected for the best driver, the best, I guess, field, I don't know how to say that, support would be my way of saying it. The person who stands there and helps out, gives ideas, stuff like that. 4-person drive team, so 4 people from our team can be on the field at the same time. Don't go past pounds you aren't supposed to. Again, there will be security guards. Don't distract other teams. That could end not well. And then have fun. We're always going there to have fun. Winning, obviously that would be fun. So, just have fun. Dates to know, I kind of put this on there because some dates are coming up really fast. Officer elections, October 2nd are the sign-ups, which is next Wednesday. That's not right.
That was yesterday.
Yeah.
I extended it though, so you have until next Wednesday to tell me.
So October 9th is the sign-ups, and then the week after that, so I need to change that slide. The mini-bot competition, however, that's what I am building. That's going to be pretty fun. October 18th, the sign-up ends, so you have to get on a team of 3 to 4. It could be 2, but working by yourself is kind of hard.
And are we like checking out kits like last time where after they form the team we hand them the kit?
Yeah, but that's after the kickoff date. I've made the kickoff date the 23rd of October. I'm going to have a catted video ready to go on that so that they can see the field, see maybe some bot designs. November 22nd is the actual competition, right before my birthday, which is what I was planning for, which means that the build season only goes from the 23rd to the 22nd. 1 month to build your bot, get it ready going. FRC kickoff is January, and the competitions are in May and April, normally around spring break. And the only bad thing about that is you sometimes have to find your own ride in the competitions, which I wasn't sure about the competition down there. We have to get our own ride.
Yeah, probably.
All right. Any questions? No? Okay. And don't read the bottom of the screen.
Don't read them.
Basically it.
Yay.